Food and weight obsession can be exhausting. Losing weight, gaining weight, dieting, feeling like a failure because you missed a workout, binged, overate, or gained all the weight back. The cycle is endless and it can be maddening. But I'm here to say you can stop the mental madness. You can take back control of your food behaviors, but you have to face your fears, you have to ask for help, and make a change. I am Leslie M. Thornton, permanent weight loss coach from hpwl.co. This is Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss, and I know you can make this happen. On this podcast, you will hear how to stop the mental madness, love your body, trust your food decisions so you can create a life of happiness, freedom, and inner peace. Leslie M. Thornton, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss. How to not binge, Halloween edition. Halloween is right around the corner. By the time this episode comes out, it may be happening right here and right now. And what I want you to know about that is a couple things. Because if you came to this podcast today to find out how you cannot eat that Halloween candy at all so that you lose weight fast, you might want to look at a different podcast. Why? Because Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss is about getting past food obsession, getting past emotional eating for good. So depending on where you are starting on your permanent weight loss journey now, if you've never done work for emotional eating, if you've never done work on getting past food obsession, or maybe even deep work on intuition and using intuitive eating, which I used to hate. I'm coming out with a book very soon, and I have a whole chapter on how I used to call BS on intuitive eating, coming from diet mentality myself. But if you've recently been dieting or you are still in diet mentality and you're looking for how you can distract yourself, the normal tips you already know. You know what they say. They say, buy your least favorite Halloween candy. They say, hide it, maybe even lock it up. Don't get any more than what you need. If you have leftovers, give it away the next day, or somehow completely destroy the contents of the Halloween candy. And you could have told me that too, by the way. I know with 100% certainty that anyone listening to this podcast could have told me that same thing for what to do to not eat it so that you can lose weight faster or not gain weight over this holiday time. What I'm interested in is you never having to worry about Halloween again when it comes to weight loss and your fear of gaining weight. And that you can have Halloween candy in your house and it won't make a difference. And not only that, that you get to enjoy the holiday of Halloween. When was the last time that you actually got to really enjoy Halloween like you did when you were a kid? Or just appreciate all of the things that Halloween had in it. I know back when I was doing no sugar and no flour kind of diet, it was like that was the way they sold it to me, was being like, when you live a life without any sugar, any candy, you're so much happier because then you can enjoy all the other things that the holiday has to offer. And I understand what they're saying. I 100% understand what they're saying. I experienced it myself. You do get present to things in a way that you don't when you are binging on Halloween candy and sugary things. But it doesn't take away the fact that you have that issue in the first place and you're a human being. So there's going to be times in your life when you quote unquote make a mistake if you're trying to follow a no sugar diet because you're believing that you're a sugar addict and food addict like I did myself. there's going to be a time when you have sugar and then all of a sudden the binging activity is more accelerated. Who here has ever started a diet and then it's 20 times harder not to eat sugar or gluten or whatever you're taking out, carbs? It's like every time it just makes it harder and harder and harder. All right. So it's like what I became interested in was how can this whole unhealthy relationship with candy, with sugar, with any food or any drink dissipate? How can I like eat it or not eat it like a normal person and have it be fine and not be the ends of the world? How can I actually be free around food, like get to enjoy the holiday and yeah, maybe even some chocolate, maybe even some Halloween candy at the same time, and it's fine. And my weight doesn't fluctuate because I'm not binging on it anymore. So if you're looking for that, then you found the right podcast. Welcome. You should listen to all the podcasts. There are hundreds of them at this point. Good. So how to not binge on Halloween candy permanently is what we should really be calling this episode. So, number one, allow yourself to have it. Most people, again, will say, don't have it, distract yourself, don't eat it, find a way not to have it. My answer is if you really want to have it, allow yourself to have it. Why? A crazy phenomenon happens when you actually allow yourself to have the whatever food, is that you actually decide whether or not you actually want it or not. It takes this charge away. The forbidden fruit effect goes away. We're no longer white knuckling it, trying to not go into that one cabinet because it has Halloween candy after a really stressful day. So allow yourself to have it. Say, I'm allowed to have Halloween candy if I want to have it. And I know that can feel scary at first. You're like, oh, Leslie, you don't understand. I might eat the whole bag. Yeah. When I had to go through this food recovery, I ate many bags of things. Some people, depends on where you're at on your path. You already gained your weight by now, or you might be really skinny and yeah, you may put on some pounds in the healing process away from diet mentality to heal your relationship with food and get yourself to permanent weight loss situation. But the key really is to allow yourself to have it first. Number two, have your favorites. Opposite of what they tell you. They say, get your least favorite so you don't eat a lot of it. Have your favorites. Why? Because you're actually going to be craving them anyway. And if you don't allow yourself to have your favorites, you're just going to want them more. And if you see one, then all of a sudden you have one, then you're going to eat 100 million of them versus just actually owning the things that you like to have. For example, I was feeling in the mood for the Reese's peanut butter cups. I had some today. I saw the white chocolate ones. It's like 'tis the season. Great. So I found a time when I felt like I would really enjoy this right now after lunch and had the two, which brings me to step number 3 of how not to binge on Halloween candy is actually feel and notice how you're feeling after you eat it. So what I saw today was that after I had it, I made my choice to have the white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups, and they were very delicious. Was that I felt tired after. And I actually wanted to take a nap, and I took a 30-minute nap. And what I learned from that was that, okay, if I have these during the day, probably I'm going to want to take a nap in an hour. So now, and this is for you as well, I associate that food, that candy, with a nap. So tomorrow, when it's mid-afternoon and I might be kind of feeling like I want a little something after lunch, most likely I'm going to not want to have anything like that because I don't want to feel sleepy and take a nap. I want to be productive. I want to have an amazing afternoon. And that didn't do it. So then you make adjustments based on what you learn. And the thing is, when you don't allow yourself to make some mistakes sometimes, for you to have some of these foods or to whatever, you never grow, you never learn, you never know what's good for your body, what feels right in your system. And there's certain times when having a piece of candy like that is like it's the right thing my body wants. It's like, we good. This was exactly what I wanted. No judgment of what that is whatsoever. And so it's great. So we always do the best that we can to give our bodies what we need in each moment. And sometimes we do a great job and sometimes we kind of fail, like I did today, if you want to look at it that way. The other thing that I say is like, okay, but I made that choice. So therefore I can trust that maybe this nap is exactly what I need right now for the next part of my path today too. So there's no guilting, there's no shaming, there's no upset, there's no blaming. So something that I want to say is that if you have been a big dieter your whole life, this podcast information may on its own be too much to handle. Because facing that fear of eating all of the candy, like possibly not being able to control yourself or saying what's wrong with me, or the guilt and shame you feel after eating it may be really painful. It would have been for me. So it really depends on what part of your path you're on. If you're just like already pretty feeling healthy about your relationship with food and you just want to try little of these concepts on of allowing yourself to have it, choosing your favorites, feeling how you feel after you eat it, and then taking a note of it and making a choice about, do you want to feel that way again in the future? And what would be the right time to feel that way, etc. Then that's amazing. Apply it and it's going to feel great. It's going to be like, wow, Leslie, when I actually gave myself permission to have it, I felt more relaxed. When I actually had my favorites, it also made me more present in my day and I could enjoy and experience the entire holiday again. And then I saw that actually this candy made me feel this way and this candy made me feel this way. So I actually would rather and prefer to have this candy. And thank you so much. Like, my life has changed 100%. Great. Take it on and apply it everywhere when it comes to food, body, and weight. It's magical. And if it's too painful or you're saying, oh no, Leslie, I can't do that, I'm way too addicted, I can't control myself, there's something wrong with me, you don't understand, Leslie. So I used to be you, if that is what you're saying. Okay. So want to let you know that that's what we're here for. That's what the Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss program is to support you in getting past the fears, all of the major emotions that come along with fear of weight gain, and equipping you with the tools so that you can actually just get onto a growth train with other people who are just learning as they go and getting healthier and healthier every day by changing their mindset and learning how to make empowered choices when it comes to their food, and also not get triggered by the scale or photograph of yourself when you look in the mirror, or or when you look at the mirror, or a photograph of yourself, right? All these different things that can come in, or maybe someone makes a comment. If you really aren't confident in the bedroom with your partner, these types of things that really get in the way of your ability to just enjoy your life is what the program really supports you in working past and through. So if you know that you need help and you want to be free by Christmas this year, then definitely listen to the prompt, get the free training, which will then give you access to book a call. So happy Halloween to anyone listening in real time. And to everyone else, you can apply this during any holiday season or time, and it'll support you in feeling more at ease and letting go of any binging behavior around any food that causes you or used to cause you problems in the past. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. If you are serious about taking action on your struggle with food, body, and weight, then this is for you. Go ahead and text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232
5483. Immediately after texting that number, you will get access to our free training that will tell you why you can't figure the food, body, and weight thing out, why you can't keep weight off even after you've been successful in the past, and how to actually overcome it, including a mini hypnosis session at the end. Don't miss out. Text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483.